Americans' favorable views of the Democratic Party's brand are at a record low, just 29%. That's compared to 36% for Republicans.
Oh boy, so it turns out the majority of Americans are not buying the arguments Democrats have against Donald Trump and Republicans. So in this video, we will go over the most recent CNN meltdowns revolving around this topic, and also looking into the economy argument that Democrats have been failing over and really trying to push on the American public. So before we start the video, please like the video. It's the #1 way you can help this channel, and it helps others see the videos as well. So let us begin.
It is the lowest ever recorded for Democrats in CNN polling, going back more than 30 years. As you can see, the party's numbers dropping a staggering 20 points in just 4 years.
I know for a fact many of you guys are laughing very hard right now, but I had to show you guys that clip for educational purposes, because we are going to be focusing on the economic argument, how Democrats have been really trying to push that the economy is going so bad, everything is falling apart, egg prices. However, again, Americans are just not falling for it.
Corrections are not unusual. I mean, during the bull market from 2009 to 2020, I think we even had 5 corrections during that period. We tend to have them every couple of years. It's not unusual. They tend to be cyclical. There are other signs, I think, in the economy that are helping real people. Wholesale inflation is down. Consumer inflation is down. Gas prices are decreasing. Mortgage rates coming down. Egg prices are $4.89 today. They were $6.55 on January 21st. We've seen manufacturing jobs in the last jobs report go up. Private investment announcements are going up. And a whole bunch of nutty climate regulations have been eviscerated by this administration.
Alright, so here's where things get interesting. We have the ability to go buy some eggs, to go buy some gas, and you'll realize, hold on, the prices are not going up, they're going down. In fact, I'm actually going to show you a clip of a Democrat trying to say the economy is getting worse, inflation is going up. However, in the overlay under the video, things are getting better.
We have the Republicans on the run on 3 different issues. 3 different issues. We have them on the run with respect to the economy. Donald Trump and House Republicans promised that they were going to lower the high cost of living. But instead, costs haven't gone down. They've gone up. Inflation is going up. Why? Because Donald Trump and Republicans haven't been focused on doing anything to lower the high cost of living. Not a single bill. Not a single executive action, not a single administrative order. We, as House Democrats, have to make sure we forcefully make the case to everyday Americans that we are trying to build an affordable economy. We know that costs are too high.
So as you can see, you have Democrats making these talking points on national television, but then when you compare the data, they're just completely wrong. However, when it comes to Tesla specifically, here's where things get even worse. I think you're really going to like this clip.
I'm a Tesla owner. 2 of them, actually. Not because I'm progressive, hardly, but because I appreciate the technology. And I'd rather not contribute to global warming. In fact, among all automakers, Tesla is arguably the most American, at least for vehicles sold in the U.S. A Cars.com study ranked my car, Tesla's Model Y, as the most American-made vehicle for the 3rd year in a row, with the Model X and Model S also making the top 10.
So again, that is CNN verifying that these are Democrat talking points to be against global warming, to be for the American economy. But then you have Democrat Senator Mark Kelly has gotten rid of his Tesla for a Chevy Tahoe. Outside of national television and the mainstream media, you have all of this independent media that is also not looking too good for Democrats, where you can fact check and verify everything in real time.
While Tesla does manufacture some cars in China and Germany for global markets, every Tesla sold in the U.S. is built in California or Texas. That ought to appeal to Republicans, at least the Texas part. Compare that to Ford, GM, or Stellantis, which produce many of their vehicles, including some of their best-selling trucks outside the U.S. So while some buyers see a Ram 1500 or a Chevy Silverado as the ultimate American ride, their vehicle may have been assembled in Mexico with parts from all over the world.
And we know that ever since Elon Musk was helping out Donald Trump with Doge, we know that the stock and the value of Tesla has been decreasing and decreasing. And then ever since Donald Trump helped out Tesla because he said, look, this is an American company, we should be helping them out. I mean, the stock has been going up slowly and slowly. It was down to about $215 and now it's up to about $250. It still has a lot more work to do if it wants to get to the 479 mark where it peaked as far as the stock prices. But again, why are Democrats trying to either tank Tesla, protest Tesla, when not too long ago, Tesla was the staple of the Democrat Party or Democrat talking points for, electric vehicles, it's stylish, it's all about tech, it's all about the future, things like that.
And when it comes to Musk and Trump, I have another agenda in hoping they broaden Tesla's appeal. Chargers, there still aren't enough. You remember when we were promised that the infrastructure bill was going to change all that? Nearly $5 billion was appropriated for EV charging stations back in 2022, but as of July of 2024, only 8 states have opened their first stations with just 61 ports in total. So maybe Musk and Trump's newfound marketing will boost charging availability, which will be good for all of us and for the planet. How ironic and progressive that it would then be Trump who is reducing carbon emissions.
So look, I am not the one throwing Democrats under the bus. These are hardly my opinions. This is literally coming from CNN and other Democrats who are starting to call out the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party. And it's also America calling out Democrats when you look at the polling and statistics. It is very ironic that now all of a sudden Trump and MAGA Republicans are starting to buy Tesla and are really helping out the economy and saving the environment.
The president is in charge. He has made it perfectly clear he is not touching Social Security, Medicare, and even Medicaid, other than to say if there is fraud in any program, he'd like to root out the fraud. That's period. He's the president. The buck stops with the president. He's been clear about that since he started running in 2015.
I mean, Republicans are getting ready to cut a lot from Medicare.
Well, you call it cuts. They're calling it could be slowing the growth of the program or rooting out fraud.
Now, one of the other really big talking points for Democrats, and I think you know this, is the whole Medicaid, Medicare, where Democrats are claiming Republicans are going to slash all these programs and people will not receive the money they deserve. However, Scott Jennings, I think, really points something out that when Donald Trump wants to try and make the system better and weave out the fraud, it's almost as if all of a sudden, hold on, you can't do that.
So when you say fraud and abuse, there's not a lot of evidence.
The first word is usually waste, and they consider it to be waste.
Do you think contract?
They are not actually doing that. When Congress authorizes money for a program, or a program is duly authorized, that's not waste, fraud, and abuse. That's just something you don't like.
Abby, everybody wants to find waste, fraud, and abuse until somebody actually does it.
Do you think people...
This is the problem.
Okay.
This is the problem.
No.
They're actually saying, okay, maybe this is wasteful.
No, hold on for a second.
And then Washington goes crazy.
That's untrue. It's been done. The Clinton administration was able to put together an
30-something years ago.
Right, but the point of it is the way that
never happened, and it definitely
it's been done. But
Now, another very common argument for Democrats and Democratic leadership is that we are all about cutting waste and fraud. However, we don't like the way that the Republicans are doing it. So you have a problem here because the majority of Americans actually do like how Doge is operating and what they're doing when you look at the polls and statistics. So again, Democrats are putting themselves in this weird corner of trying to appease Democratic voters, but also trying to appease some of the majority of Americans who support this.
the way that they went about it was to study for 6 months and then to take a longer time to understand which government jobs needed to be rooted out. He fired a bunch of people. He ended with a budget. It's been done. It's just the way that you guys are doing it.
I know. And the way that we're doing it is that you don't want us to do it. In 2019, we spent $4.4 trillion as a government. Last year, we spent $6.2 trillion. The government's gotten more expensive and much larger over the last 5 years. The only question Republicans have is, does it have to be this large and does it have to be this expensive? That's the question. And Elon's finally trying to cut into it, and the Republicans in Congress need to help.
Well, you guys should start it in your own house because your president drove up the deficit as much as anybody ever has, maybe more than anyone.
And why? So what happened at the end of Trump? Any memory of it?
I do remember.
So as you can see, you have a Democrat talking point of, you know what, I agree with you, there is waste, fraud, and abuse. However, I don't like how fast you're taking care of the issue, and I don't like how you're taking care of the issue. When at your everyday jobs have you ever been told or ever had the ability to really take your time when you know there's an issue right in front of your face and you can handle it right now and you can analyze the fact that, hey, this is an issue, let's get rid of it? Have you ever been told by your boss, you know what, I can also see the issue, we can get rid of it, but let's go on lunch first, let's take our time?
Look at your show. It's nothing but fear-mongering. That's all the Democrats do. What's inflation doing? What's inflation? Up or down? Oh, it's down. What's the prices of eggs? Oh, they're down. What's the prices of mortgage? Oh, it's down, right? But we don't cover the positive things. We only cover the negative things to get everyone worked up.
And I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally write 97.6% bad about me, are political arms of the Democrat Party. And in my opinion, they're really corrupt and they're illegal.
I want to make a disclaimer. The poll that you saw in this video as far as Democrats not doing too well, this was before Chuck Schumer did what he did as far as not shut down the government. So I'm sure in another video, these polls might get even worse, or Democrats might be turning on other Democrats like we are already seeing, and the reports are coming out. But again, from the main point of this video, for some reason, it's as if Democrats forget we can fact check in real time. We can do our own data analysis when we are buying eggs, when we are looking into buying a house, when we are looking into gas prices, we are realizing the prices are going down. So when you have a member of the Democrat Party, whether it's in the media, whether it's a Democrat leader, and they're saying otherwise, people are just not buying it. And again, this is hardly my opinion. This is the opinion of the American public as a whole, it seems like, when you look at how bad the polls are right now for Democrats.
We did have a big week. It's the result of a lot of patience and a lot of prayer, frankly. We had a united front. I'm so grateful for this team that stuck together. I'm grateful for a president who is deeply engaged in the process. President Trump is a huge part of this, as you know. We all dug in and got the job done. For the second, third time in a row, they keep underestimating us on these big votes. But the Republicans are sticking together and getting it done. And this time, we passed a resolution to fund the government, to do the responsible thing, to do it in a way that actually reduces spending year over year, which we think is the first time that might have happened in the modern era, if ever. And we put the Democrats on record for just raw partisan politics. Mark, think of it. 99% of the Democrats in Congress, both the House and the Senate, voted to shut the government down, to try to make some sort of aimless political point. It's shameless. They're using the American people as pawns, but Republicans are getting the job done, and we're sticking up for the country.
All right, so if you are still watching this video, I really appreciate it. Thank you for interacting with the video. I love reading your comments and getting in on the discussion. Thank you guys for everything. God bless you, and we'll see you guys later.